I'm Sandy Schreck for LBI Educates, and we're taking a look at an updated fall design with some alternative colors. And to start off with, we're actually going to use some of this black bearded wheat. I have a basic black container. I've used the renewal foam and I've got it kind of reseeded. And so I'm just going to come across and use the Dixon pins to pin some of this wheat in place. And this is going to increase my perceived value. We want to make sure that we have the wheat out beyond the flowers so that you see the value of it. And then we're going to add another cluster that kind of goes up at a diagonal. And this is just going to add another dimension. As we put in the other ingredients, we're going to be putting them in more groupings. I've got some of the magnolia, just has that magnificent color, that brown tone, but you can see what we're doing is taking a look at this. So this is the Moab rose, and you see how it does pop open pretty fast, but it has a lot of color tones in it. And so we see a little bit of that pink tone and the burgundy tones within it, and see how it's such a great combination. And then we're going to just elevate it a little bit more by adding some of those orange tones. And a really big trend right now is adding fruit into your composition. So that's going to kick up the orange even more. And just adding some of those slices in will create a great composition. So here you can see how we've placed that magnolia in a diagonal line through there. Then we're going to come in and use the roses in another diagonal line coming this other way. So just utilizing these flower placements to create that lines throughout your composition. So the placement on these will add depth through your composition, creating that visual pathway from one side of your design to the other. So you can see we've got different lines of motion. I'm going to add a little bit more greens on here to kind of reinforce that line with the roses and soften it a little bit using some of this weeping podocarpus. And so you can see we're creating another diagonal pathway. Put a little bit in through the middle to just connect that through. And then we're going to come in with some of the stronger colors. So here we've got some of the hot pink. So bringing these Moab roses and then doing the hot pink. And I'm going to come in on one side over here with one placement. And then on the other side, I'm going to do two placements. And this is going to create kind of a triangle pattern. And so that allows your eye to travel through the composition with that implied line. Anytime you have those geometric patterns in your design, your mind's eye connects those. So when we add that strong color in, we're going to be able to have that feel like it's a connected part of the composition. And we've got a couple of the Dianthus that are going to come in, and we're going to come across the middle, and same kind of thing where we're keeping them all together. And so where I had the two strong placements of the spray roses on that side, here you can see I'm pulling the Dianthus together right there. And then we're going to start adding in some of the oranges. And here I've got some of the green celosia, and so that'll just come in, and look at how that's going to pop right down in there and just create an awesome area of interest. within this composition. I think 2 is enough there. And then we've got a couple of the dahlias, and these are going to just come in right on top there. So now we're adding a little bit more volume coming up, and we've got some of the pomponi gerbs that we grow here at Limbush Roses, and this has some of that other multiple color combinations, but bringing those in, kind of working together, and they're adding that a little bit more depth to the area where we had the dianthus, but I am keeping all 3 of those together over in this area as well. And lastly, we're going to come in with some of these orange slices in through the middle. And these are cut. You want to have them cut a little bit thicker. They will kind of seal themselves up, but you can see how they can create an awesome pathway through there, and just add a lot of visual interest as well. And then just a few of the bunny tails to kind of be that repetition of the wheat and give us just a little bit more depth coming across the middle there. And so what I do on one side, I repeat back on the other side to just keep your eyes moving throughout this composition, back and forth. How the lines connect going both ways, and then we'll come in over here and just add a couple of those ranunculus up, dancing on top too. And so you can see we're just utilizing the coloration, going back and forth. I've got pink on this side, pink on this side, but it's not balanced, and we've got visual pathways. The Moab has all the colors of all the materials within this composition, so it really pulls it all together, but some unique elements within this composition that have it create a conversation piece. So you could also utilize some more oranges down the table, cut them in half, and some slices, so that way your guests could pick them up and realize that they're real oranges, and it just creates part of a conversation piece. So I hope you'll embrace this new style of design and feature it for your customers.